Airbnb Girl. Well, I still have this crummy lighting and audio situation, but it'll be fixed by next week. I just couldn't get to Walmart tonight. It turns out the nearest Walmart is half an hour away, and I don't want to spend half an hour driving there and so I'll just take care of that next week. I'll take care of the equipment thing next week. Anyway, tonight I thought I would share with you some of the difficulties of living on the road, of commuting long distance. My worst story, maybe you can tell by the title of this video. So, the thing is, when you're commuting long distance on a daily or weekly basis, you're not in your own home. You're not in control of your environment so much. You have to rely on other people. You have to pay a price for security and privacy, and you don't always get what you pay for. And you just have to rely on other people for things that you would normally do better for yourself. It ain't like home. That's all there is to it. So there was a couple of years ago when I can't remember the particulars of this, but I was commuting a long way on a daily basis. I was living pretty far away from this job, and I can't remember. I went on a Mondays, Wednesdays. There was some reason. There was some reason why I was commuting on a daily. excuse me, on a daily basis, not a weekly basis. And what I would do, since I had to drive a long way, and I would leave the house real early in the morning to beat the traffic on the early end, and I would go to a gym. The first thing. There was a gym near the office, just a standard like 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness. I can't remember. It was one of those big chains. And I would just go to the gym first, and I'd work out, get myself all energized for the day. And then I would go, oh God, Microsoft 365. Anyway, and then I would go to the office. I would shower because I'd be all, all slept, all gummed up and sweaty. And then I would take a shower, and then I would get dressed and go to the office. I would bring my work clothes with me. Well, there was one day when I was going to wear this brand new blouse. I had this new blouse that I had splashed out on. I really liked it. It was pretty. It had, it had lace around it and a lot of buttons and pleats, and it was just a real sweet blouse. And in the ladies' locker room, there was an area where you could hang clothes instead of, if you didn't want to stuff them into this little 12 by 12 inch by 12 inch locker. If you didn't want to do that, you could just hang things. That could hang up your dresses, your whatever, anything that you didn't want to get all wrinkled and stuffed. And I hung up my blouse on this rack, along with a bunch of other clothes were there. Hung up this blouse, went out to the gym, worked out, came back in, took a shower. And when I got out of the shower to get dressed, the blouse was gone. But I wanted to wear I had never even worn it. It was a brand new blouse. And I thought, wow, that was pretty dumb of me to hang up a really pretty blouse where anyone could take it. But people didn't take clothes generally from there. Anyway, fortunately, I had some other garment. I think I had a sweater that I could just wear that kind of looked like a top. So I went to work in that. And okay, yeah, here's where it gets really stupid. I continued to go to that job. I considered that a one-off, and I thought I will never again hang my clothes on this hanger, and I'll never do that again. So I don't know, in the next day or two, or the next time or two, my next visit or two, that I went back to that gym. Another thing that everyone would do is after they took a shower, a lot of girls, after they took a shower, they would just put their damp towels in this dry sauna to at least dry out, because you don't want to be lugging around a damp towel all day, especially, if you're going to work and you have to do something with a stupid damp towel. So a lot of people just let their towels dry out in this dry sauna as much as possible while they were getting dressed and putting on their makeup and doing their hair. So I, like many other girls in that locker room, put my damp towel in the sauna, in the dry sauna. There were a lot of other towels in there. And at the end of my little, prep time, getting dressed in wrinkled clothes, because they were all stuffed in a little locker. Anyway, after I'd gotten dressed and kind of made up and all my, was all ready to go, I went to the sauna to get my towel. It was gone. The other towels were there, but mine was gone. So I began to suspect that I had some sort of stalker. I asked around, have you ever had a towel stolen? Have you ever had anything? No, 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 no. I was pretty sure I had a stalker. And I figured, well, all I have to do is just be savvy about this because I really need to go to this gym. And the next time I went there, I tested this theory of mine, and I brought in this really crummy towel that I hated. That was a motorcycle. Brought in this really crummy towel that I hated. And I used that. It was just all raggedy and halfway to being a rag. Maybe it actually was a rag. Anyway, I brought in this really crummy towel that I didn't care if I lost or not. And I used it that day, and I put that one in the gym or in the sauna. And got dressed, got blow dried, got made up, went to the sauna. The towel was gone. Other towels were there. My raggedy towel was gone. Okay, I've got a stalker in this gym. I've got someone who's got it in for me for God knows what reason. And I don't even know because I never even spoke to anyone really in that gym. Everyone was just go to the gym, just go to do the machines, I mean, you know how it is in a gym, in a busy gym in the morning. There's just a little bit of chit chat, but I never even know. I mean, I never got into it with anyone, at all. But someone for some reason had it in for me. Some girl. So yes, I figured, all right, I just need to play it smart. I just need to play it smart in this gym. So no more leaving anything anywhere. And one day, as per usual, I had all my stuff in my locker, went in to take a shower, came out of the shower, went to my locker. And now I can't remember exactly what it was, but I had my key on my wrist or something, and on a rubber band, and my key wouldn't open my lock. My key wouldn't open my lock. It was either that or I went to the locker and the lock was off and the locker was empty. It was one of those two things. Anyway, I couldn't get to my clothes. And that day, all I had was just a very small towel, because I always use just small towels because I didn't want to. I didn't need a great big giant, beach towel just to dry myself off at the gym. I just used these very small towels that could they wouldn't even wrap all the way around me. They would just cover me. And that was all. That was all I had. Do you hear me? All I had was this much of a towel. My clothes were gone. I'm looking all over. I'm opening every single empty locker there is, and I'm pulling on I'm trying my key in every lock. It will turn out later that I think. Well, we'll figure out we'll get to that later. But anyway, the fact was, I had been royally punked. Well, okay, either the person had either when I locked my lock, I didn't lock it all the way, I didn't clunk clunk make it really click, and the person had managed to pull it open and just move my clothes into their own locker. I think that's what might have happened. I think that's what happened. I think that I hadn't really made that lock click, and that apparently what happened was that person moved my clothes to another locker, because it turns out months and months later, they were found in another locker. Anyway, there I am, no clothes, no purse. That person who had gotten my stuff had my purse. They had my car keys. They had my wallet. My car was parked out there. I didn't know. For all I knew, I was going to be stuck in this locker room naked for the rest of my life and not even be able to get out of there. So I prevailed on one of these other girls in the locker room. Would you please go out to the front desk and tell them to come in here to just tell them to bring me, or will you please bring me just some crumb t-shirt and pair of shorts from the lost and found. There's always something crummy in the lost and found, some absolutely garbage clothing in the lost and found. So I just get me a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. I beg you, just a bread of crumbs and drop of water. And this girl could, oh yeah, fine, I'll go out there. But anyway, I was in there for like 45 minutes just with this towel. And some of these people would start to ask me, do you need help? Or something? Yeah, I'm stuck. Anyway, so finally, someone comes in with this t-shirt that's 5 sizes too big for me and this super skimpy pair of shorts. And that was all. I'm barefoot. And I thought, I have got, see, the thing is, I wanted to get out to my car before they stole my, oh God, I don't know why I'm coughing so much, but I wanted to get to my car before they stole my car. I was afraid they were going to find my car. So I get out to the parking lot. Thank God my car is still there. Thank God my car was there. And I don't remember how somehow I managed to call someone I knew in the area to ask them to just come and pick me up so I could like, maybe I needed to get home. I think I had an extra car key. I didn't have a hide key for myself. So I needed to get my extra car key from home, which that didn't help at all, and get some clothes and whatever. And I can't remember how the whole thing shook out, but I did manage to get to my house, get another key, get to my car. And I, believe it or not, I actually went to work that morning. I actually got to work by about 11 o'clock that morning and went to a meeting, and just no one could even tell by looking at me. I had to excuse myself for being late. Well, someone left me naked in the gym, and that was, yeah, it really, I mean, I had to make the police report. I had to report everything gone and go, just start all over with every ID, the insurance company, just try to estimate everything, how much cash was, oh my God, what a mess. And the whole time, of course, I was hoping this person had not been able to figure out which car I drove. Well, they knew where I lived. I think maybe at that time my driver's license had a different address from where I actually lived. Yeah, that happens a lot with me. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that can happen when you just can't use your own home to do your little YouTube workout in the morning and take a shower in your own bathroom, behind your own locked door with your own towels, and you can just put them in the hamper or the washing machine and not have to worry. And you can have your clothes hanging in your own closet without having to worry someone's going to come and steal them while you're taking a shower. So these are some of the pitfalls of having to live on the road. And that's just about my worst story. I have some other bad stories, but that's my worst one. That's my worst one, from being sort of a commuter girl, long distance commuter girl. So I hope the same thing never happens to you. And now, tonight's entertainment is over. I will talk to you later about, I still want to tell you more about what a technical writer does. Today was a long day at work, but I'll tell you more about the job, about my adventures on the road. So I hope you enjoyed this. Good night.